If you've ever sat down to finally start organising your photo collection and found yourself staring at the screen thinking, where on earth do I even begin? You are not alone. One of the most common questions I get asked is whether it's best to organise photos by year or by person. It might seem like a simple decision, but your choice here shapes everything about how you find, enjoy, and preserve your memories. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the pros and cons of each approach and share how you can actually use both if you are clever about it. And make sure you stay with me to the end because I'll be sharing a game-changing tip for combining the best of both worlds that could completely transform how you sort your memories. Organising by year. Let's start with organising by year. This is by far the most common approach, and there is a good reason for it. Most photos, whether they are digital or scanned, have a timestamp. This makes it quick and easy to sort everything chronologically, by year and even by month or event within that year. So the pros of this system? First, it reflects the natural timeline of your life. You can look back and see how things unfolded over time. Birthdays, holidays, weddings, and all those lovely everyday moments. It's also much easier to manage in batches. You can tackle your photos year by year, which helps keep the overwhelm at bay. Another advantage is how compatible this method is with photo management software. Tools like Apple Photos, Google Photos, Mylio, or Lightroom all default to a date-based system. So if you're syncing photos or using cloud storage, organising by year keeps everything aligned. Also, there are some great tools out there to help sort your photos into years and months, like the Big Mean Folder Machine and Photomove. Because they don't need your input, they can just look at the data in your photos and sort them all for you automatically, simply, quickly, job done. Let's talk cons. The biggest downside is that if you're trying to find a photo of a particular person, say your grandma, you might have to remember what year the photo was taken, which isn't always easy, especially with decades of photos. And for family members looking through your collection, it might not be very meaningful unless they know the timeline. It becomes a bit of a treasure hunt, unless your folders or albums are really well labeled. Organising by person. Now let's talk the opposite approach, organising by person. This method groups your photos by individual people or even family units, which makes it really quick to find a photo of a particular person when you want to share or create a gift. This approach is particularly popular for legacy projects if you're building a collection for each of your children or grandchildren. Creating albums by person makes it incredibly meaningful and personal. It also works beautifully for printed photo books or slideshows. So what are the drawbacks? Well, not every photo has just one person in it. Sorting by person gets tricky with group shots, family events, or photos with multiple generations. You may end up duplicating images across multiple albums or folders, which can become messy and take up extra space, especially if you're saving full-size copies. And if your photo collection is huge, manually tagging people in every single image can be incredibly time-consuming. Thankfully, facial recognition software has come a long way. Apple Photos, Google Photos, Mylio, and Tag That Photo all offer smart ways to identify people automatically, but they aren't always perfect and still require some review and input from you. Can you use both? Here's the good news, you don't have to choose just one. In fact, my favourite method is a hybrid approach. I organise my main folder structure by year, nice and tidy and easy to maintain, but then I use albums, tags or keywords to group photos by person. That way I get the best of both worlds. For example, I might have a folder called 2022 and inside that albums like 2022-01 John's birthday, or 2022-06 summer holiday. Then I'll create smart albums or a tag with John's name. That way I can instantly find all his birthday parties over the years without pulling my whole folder system apart. If you're using Apple Photos or Google Photos, you can tag people using facial recognition and create in Apple smart albums that automatically pull in all the photos of that person. Just remember, and this is important, if you export those photos from Google Photos, the tags won't come with them. The facial tagging stays in the Google ecosystem, so don't rely on that for long-term preservation. Now, I know all of this might sound a little bit overwhelming, especially if your photos are a bit of a mess right now. That's exactly why I created my Photo Mess Success courses. I'll guide you step by step through sorting your photo collection and help you build a system that works for you. If that sounds like just what you need, head on over to photomesssuccess.co.uk and check it out. All right, back to the big question. So, which one is best? Here's my take. If you are just starting out, go for year-based organisation. It's easier to manage, especially when dealing with large digital libraries. It keeps everything in order and is easy to build over time. But if your main goal is sharing or legacy, start thinking about a person-based albums as well. You don't need to move your entire collection, just start tagging key people or building albums for special projects like milestone birthdays or family history books. And if you're using software like Mylio, Adobe Bridge or even Xire, you can add metadata like keywords and tags to make your collection searchable by both person and date. That is the power move. Bonus tip, use smart albums or tags to pull everything together. Here's that final bonus tip I promised. Use smart albums and keyword tagging to create virtual collections without having to duplicate files or restructure your folders. In Apple Photos, you can create albums based on keywords, dates, or tagged people. In Adobe Bridge or Mylio, smart collections automatically update whenever new photos meet your criteria. So, instead of copying the same images into multiple albums, just let the software do the work. One photo can live in 2022, appear in Emma's photos, and show up in the best family holidays, all without having to duplicate it 3 times. It's a game changer, especially when your collection starts growing. So, should you organise your photos by year or by person? The answer is both. With the right system in place, you can have the structure of a date-based archive and the joy of browsing memories by the people you love the most. If you're ready to put that into action, then check out this video next on consolidating your photo keywords. It's the perfect companion to what we've covered today. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe for more photo organising tips. Have fun rediscovering your memories. I'll see you in my next video.